What's up, you guys? Chase the Dark Sage here, back with another reaction to Fire Force Season 2, Episode 3, and I got my boy JamesonJones with me. And today, we are about to get into, like I said before, Episode 3. So if you like content like this, before we get started, if you're not already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and that post notification bell. That way, you know whenever I do a new video. And don't forget to follow me on Twitch, because we are doing this live on Twitch. Y'all get the highlights on YouTube, but we do the full thing on Twitch. So go ahead, follow your boy on all the social medias. Links will be in the description down below. I like to say shout out to my returning viewers and subscribers, and shout out to the new viewers and the new subscribers as well. Let's get into this episode of Fire Force Season 2, Episode 3.
Let's do it. Bro, I'm excited. Especially after last week. I'm excited.
Yeah, this episode, I hope something fire happens.
Alright, so I'm just gonna go now. But it's not up.
No, the sub is up. Don't.
No, you're not late. You just in time. We trying to figure out if they have the dub up, but they don't. So
yeah, they don't have the dub, so it can't be dub gang on this one. So I originally watched most of Fire Force.
Just why not watch the rest?
Because I have Funimation, which is dub.
So like, how do motherfuckers fight her? Like,
I mean, just because she could sense it, don't mean that she could avoid it.
That's a good point. Shinra can't go at speed of fucking light at this point.
Yeah, all you gotta do is.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what? Oh!
Shinra, cancel.
Facts, bro. Let's get him out of here.
Let's
get him out of here, bro.
Gotta fucking go. Can't I see he was cool, then he called him a gorilla.
Facts, bro.
Why you
can't be doing that.
There's no call to be a racist. I don't care if you don't like that dude or not. Just chill out. Chill.
I mean, it's all right. We'll let Arthur take over the show. He was more like anyways.
Arthur's pretty OP, so you know I ain't got no problems with that. But real quick, wow,
that episode was. I feel like they're stepping up the episodes. Obviously, the first episode wasn't going to be that good, but
yeah.
Well, I mean, the first episodes can be good for certain animes, like Demon Slayer, I think. But
yeah,
I feel like the second episode real good. The third episode, dog.
Don't get me wrong.
What's his name? Charon or Karen or
Charon? Charon.
Yeah.
Charon.
He is fire. Pun intended fully.
Fact.
His ability. He's like an OP Bakugo, basically. Like
yeah,
dude, he is.
So
siege.
So I wonder. Okay, really quickly before I go off on a tangent, I do believe that most of the episode was lackluster.
The beginning part before the commercial break, I feel that.
Yeah. Powers that they introduced in this episode. Heat.
Facts.
Heat.
Facts.
That first of all, that the new pillar. Whoo!
I'm surprised. I didn't know they was gonna diversify the powers like that.
I didn't either.
So I didn't expect that. To me, that was a good twist on like the fire abilities and things like that. For her to be able to sense the fire in the air and things like that and sense it coming. Shit. I think that was a good job of them implementing that within the I guess mechanics of the show or the
meta.
Yeah.
And the fact that she can just like literally just connect the fucking dot into like bro.
Because she formed her new power, so she basically has 2 powers now.
She has 2 powers.
She's the only character that we know that has like 2 powers now.
Yeah. And then, of course, I'm going to call him Sharon until we get this figured out because CH gives me like the SH sound.
I'm about to look at the dub to see because obviously the dub's going to be able to pronounce it.
Yeah, but I want to say he's getting his powers from the people who follow him. I think that's his thing. I really do. So, you see how they were like hyping the man up. Like they were hyping him up. And then he would say something, and then the fire would come. Like,
so you think it's like a kind of like a What is my like Arthur? Like, if he believes he'll be more powerful, or is it like they're actually sharing their physical power with him?
Like they're actually sharing the powers with him. I think that's where his powers are coming from. Like legit. Like I don't think that's where his powers are coming from, but I think it's making him a lot more powerful than what he is. If that makes sense.
So it's kind of like amplifying him, basically.
Amplifying. There we go. And I mean,
that makes sense because the way that other girl stomped on his face in the last episode, he just took it. I don't know if it's just for gag or comedic purposes, but he looked like he couldn't really handle that foot that she was giving him. But in this one, Shinra gave him a full-fledged foot, and he's just ate that.
Bro,
He
bro, this thing was legit. Oh my god, he literally just stood there. He didn't even budge. He just literally just stood there and took that shit.
Yeah,
I was like, what the fuck?
His power is amazing. I really can't wait for this. Like this episode, I really wasn't too hyped for it, but man, I can't wait for that next episode because I gotta see what Sharon does now because his ability is heat, especially the way he was taking on Shinra. I'm trying to see if they're gonna get the whole Fire Force, like the whole Special Force 8, gonna like fight them because that'd be super dope.
That would be like.
But I feel like one of the problems that I'm having now, just now seeing, we have a lot of characters in the crew, and I feel like a lot of them will not get that shine.
They're not. They're
like
not
the tech guy.
Yeah,
he's not gonna get shine.
Never.
We
He's
still
never gonna get it.
we still kind of what's the word? Suspicious of that one dude with the afro.
Big facts.
Yeah, like I still need to see. I don't trust him. Obi, yes, cool. He had that little meeting with that guy. The captain, we didn't see no screen time with him. The two girls, nothing. Arthur, nothing except for the little gag at the beginning.
At the beginning, that was it.
I feel like this is more going to develop, instead of the team, this is going to develop more of the pillars, like they was calling the Dolomers. I feel like it's going to build. I feel like this season's going to build more upon them, and they're going to, I guess, find some type of unity to fight that naked chick.
Yeah, I feel like the type of vibes that it's giving me is like, have you watched Bleach?
I've seen some of it. I haven't seen it enough where I could be like, oh yeah, this character, that character.
It's giving me the type of vibe of like when they're trying to save Orihime from what do they call? I forgot what they call, but it's Aizen and all of his
it's Aizen and is it Renji and all them and
Grimjaw, yeah. So I really feel like because those are like tiered enemies, more or less. Like they all have a different power level and everything like that. And I think that's more or less what they're setting up in this season. But I don't think they're gonna fall through and just go like fight them one by one. I think it's still gonna be like the same format they did last season, where they were still just fighting them. Like they would throw them their way and they would fight them no matter how many it was. Like towards the end of the season. I want to see what they're gonna do with it. I do. So far, I'm fucking hyped because their villains this season, like the one that they've been introducing, been pretty lit. I'm also excited for the new people that are joining Squad 8 because
I don't think the black guy fully joined yet, did he?
No, not yet, but he definitely is going to because I mean, like, let's be real about it. They showed him in the intro. He got to join. He had on the outfit and everything.
Yeah, he has.
He got to join.
I feel like the girl's gonna join it too because she was in the intro too.
I don't think she
don't have to because she's a pillar now, so she's gonna be important no matter what.
Yeah, she's a pillar, so she doesn't actually have to join them, but she's gonna be an important character no matter what happens in this season or anything like that.
So you feel like she'll play an anti-hero role where she just fulfill her needs, and whenever her need is done, she'll just dip?
I think that's what's gonna happen. But
I feel like it's not gonna happen because I feel like she's like the loner type, and she's gonna feel, I guess, quote unquote, lonely, and she's gonna want a family to be with because it's a shonen. So she's gonna want to settle in because she's accepted by these guys that protected her. So,
true.
I feel like she's gonna join, deceive them, and then they go. She's gonna be like, "Don't worry, I'm a hero. I don't care if you deceive me. You're still my family."
And then she's gonna do the little. But going off of all of that, I really want to see what they're gonna do with Joker. I think that's his name, right?
Yeah, the one at the beginning that we haven't seen at all since.
I know, but he's in the intro, so they have to do something with him this season.
Yeah, they have to. But then again, was he in the intro for the first one? He didn't really play that much of a role, but they were setting it up for us to know, like, oh, he exists. Just keep remembering that. Keep that in the back of your head.
But we know for a fact he at least has an important role because they're putting him side by side with that one dude, that one captain.
The one with the pointy face?
The other one with the eye patch. Can't think of what squad he is.
I think he's in Squad 1, right?
One, yeah. I think
he's the big buff one that Shimmer fought at the end.
Yeah, the one that is linked to his mom's death. Yeah. I think that they obviously are putting them side by side for reasons, and we're gonna find that out later in the story. Definitely the power of friendship, Tevin. That's this show.
Yeah.
Like majority of the animes like this usually have the power of friendship, which I'm okay with.
Last season had that big A pull where he just pulled that
big facts.
Too? I'm like JoJo had a pull like that, but I'm like, nah.
But how many episodes? It's probably gonna be what, 12, 13?
I thought it was gonna be 20-something. Last season was 20-something.
Okay.
I feel like animes nowadays, like especially with stories like this coming from a manga, I don't feel like they're gonna be like 12 episodes like that.
That's a good point. That's a good point. It's coming from a manga, and it's the manga's been going on much longer than the anime's been out. So yeah, it definitely feels like they could do 24 episodes easily.
Yeah. Also with this season as well, with this episode as well, probably my one last thought. It had a lot of JoJo inspired, like, I guess, like camera takes or like what's it called? First, I don't know. It just had a lot of JoJo references, not references, but like it to me, because it's the same studio that produced JoJo the anime.
Yeah.
Stylistically, the way they changed scenes and stuff like that, or the way they make certain things appear, it felt JoJo-esque.
Well,
and I know they just got done animating season 5, like what this year, because it ended earlier this year.
It did. So what they're probably, they honestly, it might just be that they're just piggybacking off of JoJo at this point, since it's one of their most successful series, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I don't like JoJo, but other people like JoJo. So, like, they're like, why not borrow some of the things that they're already implementing in that show into other shows and try and make it more successful,
Understandable.
So I don't think it's the right practice to do, but I think if it's gonna make you money, like, you gotta do what you gotta do.
And I feel like this season it kind of has like a quality boost, basically. Quality boost. Mm-hmm. The way just the anime looks in general.
Yeah, I agree. Because
it looks way better. Like the animation just seems way better. I like the fact that we're kind of like outside more. Like we're outside more, so we're getting to see how the fire looks. Because especially with the fire and the smoke, like it looked way different compared to anything else I've seen.
Oh yeah. I don't think I've ever seen smoke utilized that way in an anime before. Like it's,
but I don't even think the smoke looked like that last season.
I don't think so. And I believe that's CGI. Like when you look at it.
Yeah.
I believe it's CGI. It looks pretty dope. I've never seen smoke being like truly cared about enough to even have that much attention to do with it in the first place. But it's usually the small things that like go unnoticed, even though those they can like make or break something.
True. Usually CGI breaks stuff for me, but I kind of enjoyed it this episode. I probably got to see it a few more times implemented within the anime to see what I really think. But off of first reaction, I feel like it was pretty cool.
I feel that.
Yeah, man. What do you give this episode?
What do I give it? We doing 5, 10? What we doing?
10.
10? Okay. So I felt this episode was long because of the fact that like a lot of it was slow and nothing was going on. I do believe that like the animation throughout the first 3 episodes has been pretty dope, like that, and it still stands up in this episode. The fucking enemy in this episode was fucking baller as shit. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 6 out of 10.
Okay. My thoughts on it. Animation is dope as usual. The first half of the episode was kind of bogged down with some type of exposition / kind of like trying to see you what the aftermath was from the last episode, which I get, but it seemed like a lot of exposition that either we're gonna care about later on or we're not, because especially with the Captain Obi talking to that one guy.
Yeah.
Didn't really care about that because the dialogue itself really wasn't that interesting, honestly.
At all.
But the second half of the episode, where you get to meet the girl, the fifth pillar or whatever, see her power, see her develop her power, I think it was really interesting, especially the way she was able to basically trace it and make it explode on you. Obviously, the character, him just straight up killing somebody. I don't think we've seen that yet in Fire Force, which is pretty dope as well.
Yeah, I meant to say that. Like, have they killed anybody like that in the show before?
Not like that, where it was just boom. Like, it was like, oh, I don't care about that character. They haven't killed someone like that. So I really like that, because to me, this season kind of already, not this season, but this episode kind of changed the tone of the show a little bit, which I feel like this season is going to have a different tone, because last season had a lot of comedy, fan service, stuff like this. I feel like with this episode, it kind of like changed the tone a little bit. Like it's kind of setting the tone for the rest of the season. Definitely like the enemy, like the ability that this girl has, because it's pretty unique. We haven't seen it yet, obviously. What she's calling like a fourth or fifth generation, quote unquote. This isn't one that's been identified yet. I think it was pretty dope. I give this episode a strong 7.5, a weak 8. Just for the later half. The first half bogged down with exposition and stuff that we don't care about. Second half, though, it turns it up real quick. Like, once we start getting to the action, I wanted more, then it ended, which is perfect. Because now I'm hyped for the next episode.
Oh, I'm always hyped for the next episode. Like, when you have strong endings like that, it makes you excited. But that's kind of like with storytelling in anything, or like even when you're just giving a presentation. Like, if you give a strong beginning, strong ending, like, people are gonna remember those things. Like, when you first start and when you end, everything in between usually doesn't really matter. Well, it matters, but no one's gonna remember it. And I think honestly, that's something that we can also say about this episode. Yeah. Well, I feel like this episode 6.5 for Tev. Okay. I feel like weak intro, weak middle, strong end. Well, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I mean, this episode was like a kind of like a slow. It wasn't a slow burn because there was no payoff, but it was definitely winding up. Like, it took a little while to get started, but it ended real strong. Yeah, because once they got to that action, it's super interesting. Yeah. So I think they're close to my my rating. Yeah, I get it. I give this a passing episode. Out of the episodes we got this season, obviously episode 2 so far is going to be my favorite episode, because episode 1 was just bridging the gap between season 1 and season 2. That was a nasty man episode. Yeah. Then episode 2, that fight was pretty fire. It was. Each episode we've been getting a fight, which was pretty weird. Like, I thought the first season moved pretty fast, but when I look in retrospect, it kind of like it has ups and downs. Yeah, it was slower than we really thought it was. It's just the way that the storytelling went, honestly. Yeah, I just feel like, I guess because I was watching it from a week to week basis, I thought, oh, something's always happening. Well, but that I count that to really no filler either. I feel like they're not wasting time. Like, they getting the stuff that they need to get done. Yeah, they're progressing the story at a rate at a good pace compared to like other animes, But yeah, people, this is the end of the live stream. This is the end of the reaction right here. I reacted to episode 3, thoroughly enjoyed it. Well, enjoyed the second half more than the first, and had a great time with my boy Kev as usual. Y'all go follow him at it.me.james. It'll be in the description down below if you're on the YouTube version, because obviously the YouTube version is getting chopped up, like I said before. And don't forget to follow on Twitch. Hit that little heart so you can hit the notifications. That way you know whenever we do these live streams. Like I said, link will be in the description down below if you're watching this on YouTube. I'd like to say thank y'all for coming through. Silver Phantom, my boy B, also Fence as well. And thank you, JamesonJones, for coming through as well. No problem, man. No problem. Let's say thank you guys for watching. Dark Sage out. Peace.